Hey guys, after a day of networking, I thought I would pop on as I began making my breakfast because not only did I go to a networking event this morning, but I also went to the gym. But I'm going to make breakfast and I thought this was the perfect time to start sharing my video with you today. So, if you are tired of posting all day, doing all the things, and still seeing crickets with your sales, then this is definitely the video for you. Today, we are talking about doing all those sales things that don't make you too salesy. As a matter of fact, I actually have a book that I'm going to link down below, and it is called From Clicks to Clients, Mastering Digital Sales Funnels. So if you are someone who does not want to continue to do all this posting and sharing without seeing any results, and then once you do see results, you don't want to lose them because you did not do your due diligence to keep them and nurture them, then I highly suggest you head down to the description and grab my ebook because it'll definitely help you out in that area. Now, let's get into today's video. Listen, if you want to sell confidently, you've got to know your stuff. I'm talking deep dive because you want to be obsessed. Study your industry like you would a Netflix video and you're watching it while you're eating your favorite snacks. I mean, it is so important because when you are confident in your knowledge, you can talk about it everywhere and it just rolls off your tongue so naturally. Trust me when I tell you, I can talk about my business anywhere, anytime, with just about anybody and connect it to just about anything. The next thing you want to do if you don't want to come across too salesy is to find a way to connect to your audience. Now, you guys have heard me talk about this countless times because we go over it inside my program, Project CEO, where you become the CEO of you, mastering everything you need to do and be your best so that you can cultivate relationships in a way that really highlights your connection to your audience. Knowing the topic isn't quite enough. You really have to understand how your solution, I'm walking into my closet, how your solution connects to your audience's problem. That's why it's so important to get to know exactly who you are and how you want to show up and the expertise that you're bringing to the table, because you have to take your own epiphany journey, understanding how you connect to the problem that you're solving, so that when you run up on your customers, you can say to them, hey, I know how to solve your problem because I've been there, done that, got a button and a t-shirt. Now let me show you how I came up with the solution. So when it comes to connecting with your problem, you gotta kind of understand how you came to the solution in the first place so you can meet your audience where they are. When you understand how you connect to your customer's problem, you can think to yourself and ask yourself, how in the world are my customers dealing with this situation? What are they struggling with? And how can I help them with my solution? The next step is to serve, not sell. Now, I talk about this a lot also because I am a big proponent of this. When you walk into a room and your first mindset is to sell someone on something, this is especially true when you go to a chamber and you walk in, or any networking group, and you feel like the whole purpose of you being there is to pass out as many business cards and to sell as many people in that same night as possible. It's kind of not the point. So, as you know, the best customers are those that you've built a relationship with. So when you have a mindset that is serving versus selling, what happens is you are giving out valuable information. You are a value add to anyone that needs your service or your product. So you approach it from that standpoint. You are not trying to sell them because you know they actually need what you have. What you're doing is you are providing a service by identifying that they have the challenge, helping them to see it, and then also sharing with them various ways that they may have come to this particular point and why they may be having the problem. And then ultimately, through organic channels and nurturing and relationship building, you eventually will get to a point where you can then serve them with your solution. So, mindset shift may need to occur here because you may actually need to think about how can I construct my conversation when I'm out networking, when I am building connections with people, so that I offer my value to them in a way that shows me as an expert and shows me as someone who really truly wants to help and to serve, not just make a sale. Okay, so I finished my breakfast. It was delicious, if anybody asked. It was avocado toast with some scrambled eggs on top. But what made it so yummy was the sourdough everything bagel bread that I adore. Oh, so good. Anyway, finished eating that. And now, as I round out this video, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my face for the next video that I have to record. But before I get to the next things, the next steps that you can take if you want to kind of show up, make the sale without appearing to be too salesy, I want to let you know that when it comes to, let me go back here, making the connection between your solution to their problem and serving versus selling, a lot of times there's a little bit of frustration there because you're not quite sure how to do that. You don't know what that really looks like. So let me just give you some help with that. I have a program, Project CEO, and I'm not doing it the salesy way. This is really an organic solution to your problem. A lot of times you will hear marketers tell you to just be yourself, be authentic, but nobody really tells you how. As a matter of fact, I was just recently listening to a book on Audible from Brene Brown, having seen her viral video on the power of vulnerability. And she too is giving you very insightful information about the connection between you being courageous and being vulnerable. And she talks to you about the ins and outs of that. But what doesn't happen, even with Brene Brown, is she's not telling you how to tap into that. She's telling you what you need to do. She's telling you how to be vulnerable and what courage actually means. But she doesn't really give you the how-to for, tapping into the introspection required to become courageous and to be vulnerable. That's what Project CEO does. It helps you to apply what these amazing experts are telling you need to do in order to succeed, whether it's in your business, your life, or your career. So I am going to put the link to Project CEO down below. Go ahead and get on the wait list. Super excited for the next launch of the programs coming up later on this year. So make sure that you are on the wait list. Now, let me get to these last two steps that you can take if you want to appear to be an amazing salesperson that is serving versus selling, that does not appear to be too salesy. Step number 4 is to give freebies away to grow your email list. Now listen, some of you are going to say, Andrea, nobody is opening emails because you don't open your email. But trust me when I tell you, the quickest and easiest way to nurture your list and to provide value to your audience is to build your email list. Now, guess what? The people that don't open their emails, well, they're not necessarily your clients. Maybe they joined your list for a very specific freebie. They got it. They're good to go. Okay, they aren't going to be the people that are going to buy from you in the future necessarily. But that doesn't negate the other people that are on your list who value the things that you are saying, who are hanging on every word and ready to purchase your next product or your next service. Those people exist, and the best way to communicate with them and nurture them and appreciate them is inside your email list. So if you want to showcase your value, I suggest you build out an email list starting today. Now, I will mention again my ebook, From Clicks to Clients, Mastering Digital Sales Funnels, because one of the ways that you can get people on your email list and inside your funnel is to create a freebie. And inside my book, I talk to you about the various stages of your sales funnel and how you can nurture your audience once you capture them, and you can provide so much value to them. And there are so many different ideas for conversion. It's not always money, but you can convert them through your funnel in a way that makes them feel like you see them, you hear them, and you definitely have the solution to their problem. So again, I'll put that down below as well, because I think it'll be very valuable to help drill this point home as it relates to having an email list and getting people on your email list. Guys, because you know what? Social media is great for distributing content that you love and the value that you have. But ultimately, those platforms are owned by someone else. But you own your email list. You control those conversations, and nobody can take that away from you. I can't tell you how many people, other marketers, other experts, they talk about this very thing. Go look it up. You'll see for yourself. They're making millions of dollars from the people that are on their email list. And guess what? It doesn't have to be a huge list. Now, if I'm being completely transparent, I'm in the process of rebuilding my email list as well, because I have done some transitions in my business and I'm scaling and I'm serving a different audience. And so I'm having to build as well. So make sure you grab my ebook and join my email list. See how I did that? See how that happened? Okay, let's move on to the last point that I want to make today. Well, I hit on this already briefly, and that is to build out your sales funnel. Now, I think the book is going to be helpful, but suffice it to say, your sales funnel is really you inviting someone in your home off the street and then entertaining them in such a way, providing them with such nourishment and just downright fun that they want to join you for all of your parties. They want to tell people about your party, and they appreciate the things that you've done to set up the party for their enjoyment. Well, for those who are interested, they are making the leap of faith to walk through your front door of your business. And so your job inside your sales funnel, inside your home, is to entertain them, provide them with such value, be the most amazing host or hostess that they want to share this party with other people around. So your sales funnel is that thing. It is what is going to nurture those new people. It is what is going to provide them with such value that they won't know anything else to do but to actually purchase from you and convert with a sale, because they see how your solution is exactly what they need for their problem. Then they're going to walk away and they're going to be like, I got to tell everybody about just how awesome this party was. Now, if you're ready to map out your own high converting, non-salesy sales funnel, then I want you to grab my ebook, From Clicks to Clients, Mastering Virtual Digital Sales Funnels, right now. It is packed with actionable strategies and information about exactly how the sales funnel works. You may find some templates in there, real talk, so you can stop guessing and start growing. Okay. So if you learned one thing, if one of these steps interests you and you know you need to make a difference or make a change, tell me about it in the comments. Which one of the steps is the one that you've mastered, and which one is the one that you might want to work on? Now, I just sat here. I told you I was going to get ready for the next video, but I got so involved, y'all, and talking to y'all that I did not do it. Oh my goodness. So anyway, if you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Give this video a great big old thumbs up if you did see one of your favorite steps, or if you saw one that you might want to work on. So I'll see you next week in the next video. Bye, guys.